Welcome to the JP8 report. This is James Pierce with the JP8 report episode 468. Freedom 13 anniversary date is today. Never forget these 13 men and women that died. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Yes, the day 5 years ago, the homicide bomber in the V-Bid at like a little bit after 5 o'clock in the afternoon, killed himself and dozens others, including 13 American soldiers, sailors, and Marines at Abbey Gate at the North Kai Airport in Kabul. Okay, we'll get to that in just a second. Thank you all very much for tuning in this morning. I was going with other stuff today, and I realized when I got up this morning, it was the anniversary of Abbey Gate. I am an Afghan vet. I was there from 2009 to 2010. I was in Bagram. I've been to North Kai Airport. I've been to Kandahar also. Um, but yeah, it's a sad anniversary. Sad anniversary. And it was needless to say at that. Welcome to the JP8 report. As we get started this morning, click on that bell that's right beside the JP8 report and click it, and then scroll down and hit the word follow, and you'll be a follower of the podcast. I would greatly appreciate that. And then next to it is that thumbs up. If you press it, it'll turn green. That's the like for the episode. And jump into the podcast. Me and Covite for Life. He's my hall monitor for this morning. I got a couple more out there that are hidden, and you'll never know. But yeah, Ricky's my hall monitor for this morning. He's the first to show up. So if you get out of control, we'll put you in timeout. Like we needed the other day, right, Ricky? But hey, we're getting started for this morning. Before we get going, because I know we're going to talk about the stuff that happened in Afghanistan 5 years ago. Go ahead and start, and I'm going to put another American flag in the chat. There we go. Y'all follow suit. Come on and give us a hand here. So with that being said, let's get going. America 250. On this day in 1776, the British secretly flanked American forces on their left flank at the Jamaican Pass the night before the battle, which is tomorrow, the battle for Long Island, which took place with about 35,000 British soldiers. Okay. And then I have a letter here. It's one pager from General Washington to John Hancock. And some of it encompasses what's going on in Long Island. But, the bad part is what's going to happen tomorrow. All right. I have the duly honored with your favors on the 20th and 24th, and I'm happy to find my answer to Lord Drummond, who has met the approbation of Congress. Whatever his views were, most of his conduct respecting his patrol is highly reprehensible. Since my letter on the 24th, almost the whole of the enemy's fleet has fallen down to the Narrows, and from this circumstance, the striking of their tents at their several encampments on Staten Island from time to time, previous to the departure of the ships from thence, we are led to think they mean to land the main body of the army on Long Island and make their grand push there. I have ordered over considerable reinforcements to our troops there, and shall continue to send more as circumstances may require. There has been a little skirmishing and irregular firing kept up between there and our advance guards, in which Colonel Martin of the Jersey levies have received a wound in his breast, which is apprehended will prove proved mortal. A private has had his leg broken by a cannonball, and another has received a shot in the groin from their musketry. This is all the damage we have yet uh, done us. What they have sustained is not known. The shifting and changing the regiments have undergone of late has prevented their making proper returns, and of course put it out of my power to transmit a gentle one of the army. However, I believe our strength is much the same as it was the last time it was made, with the addition of 9 militia regiments from the state of Connecticut, averaging about 350 men each. These are 9 of the 14 mentioned in my letter on the 19th. Our people will continue to be very sickly. The papers designed for foreign troops have been put into several channels in order that they might be conveyed to them with the information I had yesterday. I have reason to believe many have fallen into their hands. I have enclosed a copy of Lord Drummond's second letter in mine to answer, which I received since I transmitted the first, and have I thought necessary to lay before Congress that they may possess the whole of correspondence between us and see how far he has exculpated himself from the charge alleged against him. The logbook he mentions to have sent Colonel Mullion proves nothing in his favor. That shows that he had been in Bermuda, and from thence he had some of other island in on his passage, from which the place the vessel he was in was boarded by a pilot who brought her into the Hook, and he found the British fleet, which his lordship Avers he did not expect was there, having understood that destination was to the southward. I have the honor to be, with great respect, your most humbled, obedient servant, George Washington. All right. So tomorrow's going to be a bad day for American forces in New York. And just so you know that New York City is the last place that British forces occupied until the very end when the Treaty of Paris was signed. Okay? Just so you know. Next, the armament shop. Whether you're looking for your first firearm, upgrading your setup, or need expert service, Jason at the Armament Shop is Copper's Cove's premier source for all things shooting. Browse our wide selection of pistols, rifles, and shotguns, backed by top-tier gunsmithing for repairs, along with reloading supplies and professional cleaning to keep your firearm in peak condition. Need a transfer? We make FFL transfers fast, easy, and affordable. Need your CHL? Jason can handle those classes both online and in person. He has over 3 decades of experience. Visit the Armament Shop today at 115A West Avenue D in Coppers Cove, or call or text 254-560-2023, or visit www.armamentshop.com. That's www.armamentshop.com. The Armament Shop, your safety, our priority. All right, all set. As I destroy my watch. The Iran update. Did you know we fought Iraq, then Afghanistan? Well, Afghanistan, then Iraq. Now we're fighting Iran. It's all over the Middle East. And then one time we fought in Lebanon too. So it just stretches all the way across. And in Syria. So from the Med all the way to the border of Pakistan. And since we killed bin Laden in Pakistan, you might as well include Pakistan that one also. Wow. All right. Iran update. Per Secretary of State, no attacks on Iran will happen unless it attacks us first. Oil prices are down. They're way down. Turkey risks losing the Iranian natural gas supply in lieu of the Iranian sanctions that are being put in place. Trump submits Saudi Arabian nuclear energy deal to Congress, but Saudi Arabia must recognize Israel first. United States Secret Service is aware of the Iran threat to Barron Trump yesterday, or was it? It was Tuesday or Monday. 25 million barrels of oil transited the Strait of Hormuz, but none came from Iran. Iran says military vessels must be barred from the Strait of Hormuz, unenforceable. United Kingdom backs the Iranian sanctions, and Iran accuses the U.S. of systematic bullying. Like I said earlier, bullying comes from Iran for the last 47 years, pushing their way all the way across Israel and Lebanon and Syria, Iraq, Iran, and even into Afghanistan. So, and then you have Yemen also. Um, it doesn't surprise me that they can't see the forest through the trees and who the real problem in the entire occasion is. It's Iran. And they need to realize that. Who is purposely putting mines in the Strait of Hormuz? Iran. Now, who is firing drones at ships going through the strait? Iran. And they just don't get it. I don't know if it's General Hamadi that's in charge of the IRGC is just faking the funk. Now they're telling everyone that we have the best indirect missile force since the war began. And I don't think anyone actually believes that they're actually possess that technology or that capability, or that we are about to blow it to smithereens if we have to. If I was them, if I did have that, I would sit on it, make negotiations with the U.S. Let's make peace and keep those missiles for defensive measures only. I mean, that would make perfect sense to me. The Dow Jones. The Dow Jones closed yesterday up 160 points. It was closing was at 53,577.40. West Texas Intermediate is at $80.51 a barrel, and Brent crude oil is trading at $86.46 a share. All right, that's your Iran update. Let's do our announcements real quick, and then we'll get into Abby Gate, Dolly Parton, and a whole lot more. Darlene Graham, and a whole lot more. All right, so my first announcement is for tomorrow. Tomorrow, the sun will come out tomorrow, or tomorrow evening at 6 p.m., you can go to Pints and Politics in Gatesville. Even trade-off, right? Chip Howe's your facilitator. It starts at 6 p.m. If you're in Gatesville, it's Ranchers is located off the corner of 84 and 36. It's real easy to get there. The food is pretty good too. Next announcement is for day after tomorrow. It's the Coryell County Republican Party Patriot Range Day at the Holly Gun Range. The Holly Gun Range is located at Bald Knob Road in near Gatesville. It costs $20, unlimited firing. If you happen to run out of ammo, all you need to do is buy it from the armament shop, because he will be located out there. He's to bring in resupply ammo, and he also is going to bring some weapons out there, cool weapons, so you can fire them at the range. So come on out Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. We're also going to have a Republican Party meeting, a CEC at noon, probably inside the house where we can all stay cool. So come on out, see the meeting, fire some weapons. Curmudgeon's Honeymead is going to be there, so if you want to buy some stuff to take home with you, you can do that too. My next announcement is for Monday, August 31st. That would be um, a West Side Conservative Coalition. I was thinking the 31st was Sunday. But yeah, 6 p.m. is the West Side Conservative Coalition. They are meeting at Papa's Cafe, 6 p.m., Harker Heights. Dennis Faulkner, the chair and the facilitator, he will be there. Order your food at 6. Meeting starts at 6:30. The next one is another Pints and Politics. It's the one in Belton, Texas. It's over by the Belton Dam at the Dead Fish Grill, 6 p.m. Chip Howell's the guy you need to talk to. Starts at 6. Come on out, enjoy yourself. A beautiful sunset on the lake. You'll see it. All right. My next announcement is for the 8th of September. That'd be the Coppers Cove Conservative Club. That's our September social at Giovanni's at 6 p.m. We are inviting school board candidates and city council candidates to come on out, engage with the community, and answer questions. All right. And then for our final announcement is on the 26th of September, we have our annual Coryell County fish fry. It will be at 6 p.m. at the Texas Station Event Center. We have catfish. We have 2 keynote speakers. One is Senator Pete Flores from SD24. The next one is Dorinda Randall. She's the chairwoman of the Republican Party of Texas. So come on out, enjoy yourself. If you want to buy tickets for the fish fry, it's pretty cool. All you have to do is go back to the description of the podcast, and then toward the bottom you'll see fish fry tickets. It's a hyperlink about 5 lines long. It's legitimate. Click on it, and you will you'll be able to buy your tickets. There's $35 a piece, or 2 tickets for $60. All right. So those are your announcements. I ran update. Now on to the JP8 report. Hold on just a second. So I don't want to lose my voice. All right. So the day is the 5th anniversary of the Abbey Gate Massacre. All right. So 5 years ago today in Kabul, Afghanistan, at the very tail end, on the, as the Wall Street Journal puts it, the path to zero. All right. And so this happened on the 26th of August, 2021. Bear with me. We'll get into the politics after this. But this is, if you know me, you know this is really important. Okay. Because anytime it deals with the U.S. military, especially the Army, remember, I was with the 82nd Airborne in Iraq. That proves it, the IR patch. I was there with them. So this is from the proclamation from the president that came out last year. I just made one change to it, and I put 5 years ago. Okay, so it says on one of the darkest days in our nation's history, 5 years ago, the gates of hell sprung open when an evil jihadi terrorist carried out a suicide bombing in Kabul, Afghanistan, killing 13 heroes of our United States Armed Forces and shattering the hearts of Americans and our allies. As our nation remembers this atrocious attack, we honor the memory of every brave warrior who made the ultimate sacrifice for our country. We join in grief with the families who senselessly lost a loved one, and we renew our solemn pledge to our 13 fallen patriots. We will never forget you. We will never forsake you, and your memory will live on forever. On July 2nd, 2021, an empowered Taliban in the midst of a waging civil war in Afghanistan, President Joe Biden began a disastrous withdrawal from Bagram Airfield in the middle of the night without alerting Afghan National Defense and Security Forces. As a direct result of the Biden administration's reckless political stunt designed to claim victory on the 20th anniversary of September 11th, 2001, our men and women in uniform were left without a defensible base of operations, allowing the Taliban to free thousands of bloodthirsty criminals captive at the Bagram prison. Now, that Bagram prison was no joke. They moved it from over by the JSOC compound on the main part of Bagram onto the eastern side of Bagram, where they held, I think it was upwards of 5,000 uh, Al Qaeda and Taliban prisoners, right? Um, yeah, yeah, I've been there, done that. That was a wrong move. Um, at exactly 5:36 p.m. on August 26, 2021, a barbaric ISIS-K terrorist, one of the prisoners set free by the Taliban less than 2 months earlier, detonated a suicide bomb at a civilian gate at the Hamid Karzai International Airport in Kabul, which is, in military terms, is North Kaya. Okay, the main entry point for an evacuation operation. As a result, 13 brave American service members were killed, 45 were wounded, more than 160 civilians were killed, resulting in the single deadliest day in the United States forces in a decade. In what will be remembered as one of the most shameful and heartbreaking moments in our nation's collective memory, Joe Biden checked his watch and time stood still. As a sailor, soldier, and 11 Marines returned home in flag draped coffins, solemnly escorted by their brothers and sisters in arms. Just please be with me, okay? Staff Sergeant Darren T. Hoover, United States Marine Corps. Sergeant Giovanni Rosario Pichardo, United States Marine Corps. Sergeant Nicole L. Gee, United States Marine Corps. Corporal Hunter Lopez, United States Marine Corps. Corporal Dagan W. Page, United States Marine Corps. Corporal Humberto A. Sanchez, United States Marine Corps. Lance Corporal David L. Espinoza, United States Marine Corps. Lance Corporal Jared M. Schmidt, United States Marine Corps, and whose dad formed the Freedom13.org Foundation. Okay? Lance Corporal Riley L. McCollum, United States Marine Corps. Lance Corporal Dylan R. Marola, United States Marine Corps. Lance Corporal Kareem M. Nikui, United States Marine Corps. Petty Officer 3rd Class Maxton W. Sovak, United States Marine Corps. Hey, hey, Ricky, can you mute that guy right there? Um, we have a troll. On the day that I'm honoring these men and women that gave their lives in Afghanistan 5 years ago, we have a good for nothing troll that's honored. Thank you very much, Ricky, for doing that. This is why we have moderators. Oh, Luke took care of it. Okay. This is why we have moderators on my podcast, because knuckleheads, traitors like this want to disrespect the memory of these soldiers, sailors, and Marines that died. Thank you very much, Luke. I appreciate that. Where was I? I was at Petty Officer, Third Class, Maxton W. Soviak, United States Navy, and Staff Sergeant Ryan C. Doss, United States Army, and a member of the 82nd Airborne Division. As Commander in Chief, I will never allow our military services to be betrayed, our friends to be abandoned, and our credibility to be destroyed. To those who lost a son, daughter, brother, sister, husband, wife, or family member at Abbey Gate in 2021, we offer you the enduring love and our unwavering support. And to those who horribly suffered life altering wounds, we extend our unending support and eternal gratitude for unsung sacrifices. To those who served in Afghanistan, Iraq, and Syria and beyond, you should be tremendously proud of your service to our nation and your devotion to preserving our freedoms. And the events of that day led to the unimaginable loss of human life and the single most embarrassing display of American foreign policy in the history of our country. In the wake of the attack, countless American Afghan allies were abandoned behind enemy lines. He said Taliban lines, but they're enemy lines. Oh man, I'm sorry. Oh wow, another. Oh my goodness. Keep muting them, man. Luke, just keep at it, okay? Cowards, flat out cowards, traitorous cowards. I know not everyone here can. Um, I know. Remember when Trump pressured the Afghan government to release 5,000 Taliban prisoners? Wasn't it? Yeah. Okay, sure. Man. Well, he didn't. He didn't release the prisoners. You stupid, good for nothing traitor. Man, I'm traitorous. You're the one. What? Okay. Okay. I took care of that one too. All right. Oh my goodness. You know what? These stupid people. I've put my life on the line. I've raised my right hand. I've stepped over dead bodies, both Iraq and American. I've seen them burnt to a crisp. I've had friends killed here at Fort Hood in a massacre by some jihadi that can't wait till he gets executed. I've had friends killed in Afghanistan and Iraq. I don't need this BS. I'll never see him again. And answering his stupid question, why did Trump invite the Taliban to Camp David? Why did Jimmy Carter invite uh, uh, what's his name for the Palestinians to Camp David to negotiate? Psst, you stupid piece of trash. I'll keep my phone down here. All right, where am I at? Can we get on to regular news for the day, or do y'all want to still debate me? Hmm. I got 33 months of combat time. I can do this all day. You want to play? You want to play with the 82nd Airborne? Huh? You want to play that little game? Y'all piece of trash. Disrespect my brothers in arms, the ones that died in the service of their country. You want to play that game? You want to play it? Oh, you want to keep it up again? Wow. I bet you're not even a veteran either. Bye. You're gone. Well, I'll tell you what, one good thing about all these stupid people on there chiming in, if I was on the Rumble Creator program, I'm getting closer and closer to 75 chatters. Man. But yeah, so these knuckleheads that keep chiming in, um, trying to disrespect the president and his foreign policy. I bet they would never do that to Joe Biden, Mr. Autopin himself. But I got 3 combat tours. You know, I served my first combat tour, 91, 92, under President Bush, George H.W. Bush. My second combat tour, guess where I went? George W. Bush. My third combat tour, Barack Obama. You know, I'd swore an oath to the Constitution, to the president, not to a Republican president, not to a Democrat president, to the Constitution, and obey the orders of the president, but and against enemies, foreign, domestic. It doesn't matter who the president was when I got deployed. Wow, he keeps it up. I, I could play this game all day. Well, looks like I'm not going to be able to finish my podcast because this guy won't leave me alone. He's probably a piece of trash anyway. It's probably Abdul El Sayed in disguise. Let's get on to other news, okay? Hey guys, whether it be Rob or Ricky or Luke, hey, if y'all are on there and y'all see these guys come up, just mute them forever. Don't mute them for just a podcast. Mute them forever, okay? We don't need them because they're knucklehead jokers. I dare them to do it on the Dan Bongino show, which starts in 25 minutes. I would love to see that happen. Um, here we go. All right. So, in other news of the day, okay, did he do another one? Okay. So, in other news of the day, Dolly Parton, she passed away yesterday at the age of 80. All right. Very good singer, very good actress. Um, she says here that she had a brief battle with cancer. Um, she was nonpartisan. She didn't want to talk about her politics, which was great. I just loved to hear her sing. Her accent was great. Um, and should be sorely missed. Okay, but yeah, and my favorite song was the one that she sang with Kenny Rogers, "Islands in the Stream." That was my favorite. Okay, and then 9 to 5 too. All right, next there was a special primary runoff held yesterday in South Carolina. Lindsey Graham, he passed away on I believe it was July 10th. Um, he his sister was appointed by Governor Henry McMaster. Oh my goodness, dude! How I wish I could report you to Rumble and get you get you canned. All right. So while I was talking, Darlene Graham ran for the full 6 year seat for her brother. Um, and didn't get over 50% a couple weeks ago in the primary. They had the special primary runoff yesterday, and she won by like 5.5 points over Ralph Norman. Ralph Norman, um, yeah, Luke, thanks a lot. He has too many, I think. Um, I'm gonna write Rumble after we're over and see what he can do about trying to track this guy down and permanently ban him off the Rumble. Okay. Um, so where was I? Oh yeah. So last night she defeated Ralph Norman. Ralph Norman came out and said, because someone asked him a question about unity, and he said he's a Republican. He's going to vote for the Republican candidate no matter who it is, because he is a Republican, and that's how we should be acting. Not like the fool that's been on here. Not again, man. Um, but no, it's not an uncomfortable question, you stupid guy, because we're covered under the Hatch Act. Okay? The president does what he needs to do with the military. We don't do what we need to do for the military because we fall under his authority flat out. Okay? Can I do my podcast? Can I? Thank you, Luke. Appreciate it. You beat me to the punch, man. Um, Well, yeah, yeah. So Ralph Norman said he's going to vote for Republican because he's a Republican no matter what. And then in Oklahoma, uh, Mike Mazzei defeated um, uh, uh, Greet, what's his name? Genter Drummond in the Republican runoff for the gubernatorial nomination. Congratulations, Mr. Mazzei. Uh, You'll make a great governor. Just go out and win on November 3rd. All right. Um, but that's good. That's good. Um, and that was a very close election last night in Oklahoma. It was like 50.3 to 49.7. And Mazzei was endorsed by President Trump, and it panned out. So he went 2 for 2 last night. All right, and there was um, two other runoff races in the country last night, uh, and they were both Democrats. Okay. Oh, because the Sec War has the authority to dismiss um, any military officer he wants, and we don't work in that environment in that world, so uh, just so you know, we may know stuff that the Sec War, or we may not know stuff that the Sec War knows, and it's his duly responsibility to promote or dismiss officers of his choosing that don't comply with the um, national military strategy we have at the time. Okay. So I can engage y'all every now and then, okay? But let me do this, okay? And this might help the guy out that keeps spamming over the podcast. Hakeem Jeffries, your buddy, uh, he met with Jared Kushner yesterday, and in the moment the word leaked that he met with Jared Kushner, he was labeled a traitor to his own party. And Jared, he was asking Jared Kushner, is there any way we could make ends meet and get along and to get legislation pushed through? It sounded like it was a decent meeting until he came out and he told the public on air, no one from the Trump administration um, will get a. He said the Trump cartel is getting a pass. There is no such thing as a cartel in our government. He's the Trump administration, um, and start paying attention and being objective. Just yeah, okay, sure, yeah. Go play in the middle of the freeway, guy. Okay, um, so I can tell you one thing right now: Hakeem Jeffries will not be the minority leader or even the Speaker of the House when it comes in November. Because when they have their inter-party elections, both the Republicans, Democrats, at the end of November, where they say who they're going to vote for on January 3rd when they reconvene, he won't be in leadership at all. He'll be gone. Uh, him and John Thune also, and Chucky Schumer. How do you like us blind? You know what? If it's destroying boats with illegal drugs in it, so be it. So sorry, Charlie. I've lost friends from drugs too, and I don't have no sympathy for them either. Oh, hold on. This guy's an endless supply of usernames. He's a bot beyond bots. Um, where I'm at. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Hakeem Jeffries, him and Chucky Schumer and even John Thune will not be in leadership when it comes to November after the midterms. Whether they get the majority or stay in the minority, neither one of them, all three of those people will not be in leadership anymore. All right. Um, but the fact is that they say nobody's going to get a pass. I hope he includes Democrats also. Like, well, what's his name? Swalwell. Eric Swalwell is no longer in Congress. So who cares about that? I am like beat up now. We'll talk about California. California had in 2025 had a special election for redistricting in the in California. It's called Prop 50, and what it was is they wanted to do the same thing that we did here in Texas because we redistricted because our law in Texas says our legislature can set the redistricting flat out, right? And we did. Telefrico, the guy that's running for the Senate against Ken Paxton, he fled. All right. Um, hold on. I'm in an ongoing social media war right now with some. If y'all were watching this on video on demand, I am being completely inundated by this troll, and it's interrupting my podcast for y'all. Okay, so just forgive me for stalling out all the time on this, but this guy just keeps it going. My moderator can't even keep up with it because I'm doing it and he's doing it. It's happening so fast. We've I don't even want to know how many messages or usernames this guy has. Like I said, I'm writing uh, Rumble in just a few minutes after I'm done here, and we're gonna do something about this. All right. Okay. So what am I doing? Oh yeah. So they had this special election in California because unlike Texas, where the legislature has permission doing it, back in I believe it was 2008, um, or 2009, Arnold Schwarzenegger led uh, an effort to be put on the Constitution to where all redistricting happens by a so called nonpartisan commission to redistrict the state. So the legislature does not do that. And they want it nonpartisan, right? Nothing's ever nonpartisan. And most of these commissions around the country are oh, most of these commissions around the country are I got hit by the troll again. Um, are not really partisan. Yeah, okay. This guy just keeps it up. So what happened in November of 2025? They had this special election, and it seems, according to Sheriff Chad Bianco in Riverside County, California, um, the uh, um, the ballots process did not match the numbers that were reported. There was a deficiency in numbers. He went in and has deputies seize the ballots and they possess them. And right now they're in court determining the disposition of these ballots because he says they don't add up. The Attorney General Rob Bonta, I think his name is, from California, said he wants the ballots. That Bianco has no authority to hold on to the ballots, and the sheriff says they're evidence. Okay, so that's where it stands right now. If you don't know, Chad Bianco finished, I believe, third or fourth place in the jungle primary they just had in California for governor. So it's going to be Javier Becerra, the imbecile that was Mr. Quiet in the Biden administration. He's the Democrat, and Steve Hilton, he's the Republican. Okay, uh, Chad Bianco, I believe he finished fourth place, if I remembered right. But he's holding on to these ballots because he says it's evidence of electoral irregularities. So he wants 650,000 ballots his deputies are holding on to right now just to make sure they don't disappear. All right. But that's what's going on in California. And a judge is hearing the case right now to determine what is to be done. All right. Hold on. All right. So that's done. Alcide, uh, he uh, he was interviewed on Fox News Channel, and I'm not saying Fox News is the most conservative. They do conservative and liberal commentators on there. You just got to look for them. Uh, a conservative one interviewed Abdul El Sayed. I have no understanding why AES even went on Fox News in the first place because he got hammered the uh, Monday night on Fox News. He not only got hammered, he got smudged. Okay, he was out of his league on this. Matter of fact, afterward, he is reportedly told to him, "Don't go back on Fox News." Uh, what's this? Hold on just a second. Oh wow. Facebook just agreed to pay billions of dollars to settle a child harm lawsuit. All right. Too many adolescents on Facebook, like this adolescent that keeps displaying himself on my podcast live chat. Yeah, so that is it right there. I'm almost out of time. Is there anything? Oh yeah, maybe this guy's an illegal alien also. So we'll go on that one real quick. All right. ICE arrested nearly 50,000 people that were illegal aliens in the month of July, and that was up from the previous month, which was a record, which was 49,000 people also. So slowly but surely, we don't have illegals coming into the country, and we're steadily shipping them out of the country. So June and July, we shipped almost 100,000 people back to their home of record, um, outside the borders of our country, which in turn leaves more space for Americans to get higher paying jobs in the process, regardless of what jokers like this troll was saying, this liberal mindset, socialistic communism mindset this guy has. 100,000 people gone in 2 months uh, establishes a better precedent for higher paying jobs in the United States and a safer community also. He hasn't come back on yet. But so it's 49,571 people that was arrested in the month of July. Wow. And last February, just a few months ago, it was only 29,241. So when people were saying that Markwayne Mullin, the new Secretary for Homeland Security, wasn't going to do his job, they were sadly mistaken, because he was doing his job and he accelerated it. And for the most part, the glamour and the notoriety and the film cameras and stuff that were all out there um, wasn't present. He just sent his guys out and said, I think it was supposed to be like 5,000 people a day or something like that, of illegal aliens that were supposed to be arrested and then deported. And it's happening without all the cameras and notoriety and the news crews all over the place. All right. That's a good thing. Let's see. What else can I talk about? It's still looking at this LCED thing. Ah, man. Can't wait to see how many people watch this podcast today. Wow. I got inundated. I'm worn out now. So, oh, no more. All right. Luke and Ricky, thanks a lot for helping me out today. Okay, guys. The only thing I want, so they talked about Sharia law between AES and uh, Jesse Waters, and there's only just a few things I want to say because it's already almost over with the podcast today. So Michigan Democrat Senate candidate AES Abdul Syed sparked controversy on social media Monday night after comparing Sharia law to Christian canon law during an interview with Fox News anchor Jesse Waters. Getting rid of Sharia law is white supremacy, Waters said to El Sayed. I'm just going to say AES when I see his name, okay? Bringing up past comments from the Michigan candidate opposing a ban on Sharia, and comparing those efforts to white supremacy. Can you explain that one? AES responded by comparing Sharia Islamic law based on religious texts to Catholic Church law and governance. He said, nobody is pushing Sharia law to anyone else, just like I hope nobody is pushing canon law on anyone else, because we live in America where you should be able to have the freedom of your religion. And the comparison sparked pushback on social media from users highlighting the differences between the two viewpoints and tradition. And I will just expand on the point. We don't have canon law as part of our Constitution. We have law, and it's based on the Constitution, flat out. We don't live in a theocracy. Sharia law is based on theatrical living inside, like they do with the spiritual leader, with the Ayatollah Khomeini in in Iran, with the Shia Muslims. Uh, that's how they live. They live on the five pillars of Islam, and he refuses to say if he would be a Greek. Cause like they had a problem. What time is it? 8:56. They had a problem in uh, in the uh, in the U.S. for a while. They had Islamic imams attempting to establish Sharia courts in different cities across the U.S., which is totally unconstitutional and you can't do it. But they thought, well, since we're Islamic, we have the right to be able to establish Sharia courts and or credit courts and stuff like that uh, to implement on people that are Muslim, which is totally unconstitutional. You can't do that. And it's a fight we've been going on over and over and over again for years. Okay, it's like whack-a-mole. We take one down, another one pops up. We take that one down, another one pops up. And that's the problem that we have. That he would not disregard Sharia courts or Sharia law at all. And this guy wants to be a United States senator. All right. All right. 8:57. So, hey guys, let's finish this up. If you're watching, put an American flag in the podcast. It was a rough one. Okay. Talking about the Freedom 13, about those 13 service members that died 5 years ago today, whether it be for President Trump with the hard decisions he's got to make with the with our foreign company, our foreign policy. Thank you, Luke. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. You just got to remember, he's got a hard job. He's got a hard job to do for our country. And just remember, our chain of command in our country, the SecDef does not make command decisions when it comes to military strategy. Okay, you may think he does, but he doesn't. It goes from the president to the combatant commander to the corps commander to the division commander, brigade, battalion, company, platoon, and that is how we. That's how our military works. SecWar does not have command authority, and neither does the chairman and joint his staff. Their job is to advise the president and make the necessary equipment and personnel available for the president to execute his national military authority and protect our country. Okay? You got that from me today. All right? So let me get ready for this raid that I'm going to do to Dan Bongino. Mr. Raid Guy, Mr. Troll, if you can still hear me, take out your anger on Dan Bongino and see what happens to you. You're going to get the same treatment. Thank y'all very much for tuning in today and giving me all the support that I've been looking for. I really appreciate it. So here we go. Here comes the raid. Raid's confirmed. I will catch y'all on the flip side. I'll see y'all tomorrow morning. Thank you for tuning in to the JP8 report. All right, I'm out.